Interesting. All right, moving on to a story that we have not talked about in all the weeks that we've been doing this and all the months that we've been doing this. So Aaron Carter, as we know, he died from a drowning accident last year, but the singer's young son, Princeton Carter, reportedly believes otherwise. So nearly 1 year after he died, he was found dead in a bathtub in his California home. A wrongful death lawsuit was reportedly filed by Princeton's mom, Melanie Martin, on his behalf. So in court documents, Princeton, who is only 1 year old, alleges that doctors and pharmacies played a key role in his demise. The toddler claims they improperly prescribed and dispensed medications that affected Aaron's judgment and mental health. According to the documents, doctors allegedly prescribed a series of drugs without any sort of medical reasoning. Walgreens, among others, is named as a defendant in the lawsuit, which seeks unspecified damages. So a lot of people are going to be asking, how can a 1 year old file something like this? Obviously, his mother did it, but why didn't she do it, and why is it under his name?
So whenever you're dealing with a wrongful death lawsuit, usually the next of kin will file. And oftentimes that's either the spouse or the child, biological or adopted, or both can file. So, again, as long as they were still married at the time of death and not divorced, then the living spouse would also have a claim. So either or both can file.
Mm-hmm. So they are seeking damages from these major companies like Walgreens and things like that. I mean, will they win something like this?
This could be a tough case to prove. And this is one of those areas where each state's laws differ. We're talking about medical malpractice here. And California has a pretty strict caps on medical malpractice. There's a $250,000 cap. It's going to be increased, soon for inflation, but at least as of right now, that cap is in effect. Now, that cap doesn't apply to certain things like lost earnings, and to the extent that Carter was making money, maybe there wouldn't be a cap on those types of damages. But these types of claims are very hard to win. Now, the argument would be, and a lot of folks don't know this, but when patients go and they try to get prescription meds, particularly opioids and pain meds from multiple doctors are supposed to run a cures report. That's a DEA report that would indicate if they're going to different doctors to get pills. So that's a potential theory of liability, but otherwise it's a very tough case. Walgreens, obviously, pharmacies, they get the prescription, they fill the prescription. And the case against the doctor, unless the doctor knew that the prescription meds were going to be abused or that Carter was going to get them from multiple people, going to be a tough case.